Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start the elevator pitch competition. I need all startups with their pitcher to come down to the right side of the stage and take a seat where your startup name is listed. All startups, we will be pitching in fewer than 10 minutes. Please make your way to the stage. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be starting in 5 minutes. I'm still missing some startups down here. Startups, please come down. Your pitcher should come down to the right of the forum stairs. We will be starting in 5 minutes. Thank you.
All right. All right. Welcome. Welcome. All right. Welcome to the kickoff of the 2026 Rice Business Plan Competition. So this is always the most exciting and the highlight of the year for me. It's great to see all of you here at the Ion. So who's here at the Ion for the first time? A lot of you, especially those from out of town. So you are in the Ion, which is the hub of the 16-acre Ion Innovation District being developed and powered by Rice University. So this is the center of the Innovation District. What you're sitting in is the old Sears department store built in 1939. Does it look like it was built in 1939? And rather than tear this down, Rice renovated this entire structure, took it down to its concrete, added 2 stories. So now we have 280,000 square feet of innovation space for startups, investors, and corporates. And so we're really pleased to welcome all of you to the ION tonight. Now, to kick this off, my name is Brad Burke. I'm the Associate Vice President of Innovation at Rice and the Executive Director of the Rice Alliance. We're going to kick this off with about a 2-minute video that'll show you, give you a picture of some of the things to come. And here we go.
Houston, Texas, Rice University. 550 applications, the most ever. 42 teams from 39 universities.
42 new ventures aimed at solving real-world problems. 100 student founders ready to forge their futures. 300 judges. 4 rounds of pitches. 3 intense days.
Over $1 million in prizes. 1 intercollegiate student startup competition.
Who has what it takes to come out on top? Rice Business presents the 2026 Rice Business Plan Competition, the world's largest and richest intercollegiate student startup competition. Together, we will build what's next. Here we go. In 3, 2,
1.
To welcome you all tonight, I'm really pleased to introduce the Dean of Rice Business, the Dean of the Business School here. Peter Rodriguez has been the Dean for 10 years now, and he's been a transformational leader for the Rice Business School. He has doubled enrollment in the MBA program, launched a new online program, launched a new hybrid program, launched the first ever Rice Business undergraduate degree, gotten the name of the undergraduate degree named with a donor, the Varani Undergraduate School of Business. And we are building, he is building a huge expansion building of the existing school. I can't say enough about Peter, especially because he's my boss. And since he is, how about please give him an amazing Houston Business Plan Competition welcome.
Can I do this? Okay, great. Thank you. Gosh. Well, that was overly generous. For those of you who know anything about the Rice Business Plan Competition, you know the only real decision I ever had to make was to say yes to Brad, give him all the money he wants, and give him all the opportunity to do this wonderful work here. Can I just ask you, which I may ask you more and more, can we have a round of applause, a big hearty round of applause for Brad Burke? He's kind of special. He's kind of done a lot. This might be the most important person in the room, in a lot of rooms he goes to. But I'm just so delighted to be here. For those of you who haven't been here before, gosh, you're going to be like a kid who's never had Christmas before. This is really a wonderful competition. It's unlike anything you will find anywhere else. And even if someone had the recipe for what to do, they could not replicate what we do here in Houston with Rice, with the Rice Business Plan Competition. It is an N of 1. It is a category of 1. It is the largest and richest, and it's the best business plan competition at any university because only we could pull it off. In a city that loves innovation, a city that loves risk takers, a city that comes together, a university that walks the talk and puts all of its energy behind this business plan competition. And for all of these judges, where else could you get over 300 judges of this quality and of this depth to be able to support businesses like this? It's just not happening. So if I could tell you one thing, it's 1, you need to get to Houston, start your business. 2, you're going to be happy that you really did it. And 3, this business plan competition is going to show you the future, and it's going to change lives. And it's going to happen tonight with all those folks sitting over there. They're going to bring it. They're going to have a great competition, and I can't wait to get started. So I'm going to step out of the way, but I want to say just again, Thank you to all of our judges. You do a fantastic, wonderful job for us each and every year. If any of these teams are wondering why we can do this and how, it's the people seated here and around. They've made this possible, and we're so fortunate to be able to convene this great event. We're so grateful to Brad and his wonderful team at the Rice Alliance for their tremendous support. The history here, if I remember right, Brad, this is 26 years ago we started with 9 teams and $10,000 in prizes, and maybe free lunch was one of the big deals. And today we'll have 42 teams, and I'm going to say well over $1 million in total prizes. And it just gets more exciting from here. So that's tremendous growth. It's made us the #1 school for entrepreneurship in the nation for 7 years in a row, Princeton Review. Did you hear me? 7 years in a row? Yeah. You'll hear that again. And 2 days ago, we were ranked #7 in U.S. News and World Report. That's 6 mistakes for U.S. News and World Report, but we are still in there and feeling great. And it's a terrific foundation. It's a wonderful city. It's a terrific competition. Brad, we cannot thank you enough. We'll try again, but thank you. And I look forward to getting started. So I'm going to turn it back over to you, Brad. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Peter. That's great. Peter, I couldn't be more pleased with the support that you guys have provided. And it's both moral support and financial support. And I've been told, Peter, that every time I say the words Rice Business, we'll get another 100,000 from the business school for the competition. So we appreciate Rice Business support. And as the Dean of Rice Business, we're so happy to have Rice Business as the presenting sponsor of the Rice Business Plan competition. Now, does it count if I say Rice Business Plan competition? No, I just have to say the words Rice Business, Rice Business, Rice Business. Okay, I got to go on. We could be here all night. All right. I do want to say a word of thanks and a welcome to all 42 teams. You are already winners by the fact that you are here because we had over 550 applications. It's like tougher to get into the Rice Business Plan competition than it is to get into Rice University. And that's pretty hard. You're already winners. We've got schools from 4 different countries in the US, all the way from California to Massachusetts to New York, from Illinois down to Texas. We've got schools from Canada, UK, Germany, and others. How about a round of applause for all the 42 schools who are here tonight? And Peter, the Dean of Rice Business, has already thanked our judges, but I want to thank them one more time. We do have over 350 judges, investors who support this competition and make it possible. That's our secret sauce. And we couldn't do this without you. In fact, we give you a little gift, a token of our appreciation every year. And then you see some of those prior gifts up there. We gave out those water bottles so many years, judges said, that's enough. So now we give padfolios, and I think we are giving them this year not only to the judges, but for the teams as well. How about a round of applause for our judges? So who here this is your first time in Houston? Got any first timers here? Well, some, but not as many as I would have guessed that are first timers for Houston. But if you don't know, Houston has better weather than the reputation precedes it. We have terrific weather in Houston. And in fact, Houston is where weather is 72 degrees every day all year long. Wait, I hear some grumbling. And I apologize to the judges who've heard this joke 25 years. But I was told one more time I have to use the 72-degree sunny and 72 joke. But there you go. Maybe the last or not quite the last, I do want to thank, as you see on the banners to our side, you see on rolling slides, we have over 150 sponsors and supporters that make this competition possible. Those who put up the $100,000 or more investment prizes, as well as those that support the competition in many different ways, including enabling us to provide cash prizes to every team at the competition. And it's with great pleasure that I quickly flip through not some, but all of the sponsors of this competition this weekend. How about a round of applause for all of them who make this possible? All right, I will tell you to teams. Teams, let me tell you, once you come into the Rice Business Plan Competition, you become a part of our Rice Business Plan Competition family. And we will be seeking to find out and contact you every year to find out how you're doing, how much money you've raised, what's your progress. And by doing that, we know that teams that have come to the competition over the last 25 years have raised over $7 billion in funding. There are over 300 successful companies. There are 67 successful exits. And we have 6 companies that are now publicly traded, including the most recent one that went public on the New York Stock Exchange this summer. We're delighted now to add another 42 startups to the alumni list at the end of this competition. How about a round of applause for all of those teams? And the person who really makes this happen and who has made this happen for 9 years is the director of the Rice Business Plan Competition. And probably every one of you, every judge and every startup has gotten more emails from Catherine than you care to receive, but she's the one who does the heavy lifting to make this competition work and be so successful. How about a round of applause for Catherine Santa Maria, and bring her up here.
Thank you, Brad. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our elevator pitch competition at RBPC 2026. So tonight, the competition is a unique standalone event that does not impact how startups perform or do at the rest of the competition. I will advance the slides myself. I'm going to tell you how the competition is going to work. So tomorrow, no, I got it. Yeah. Tomorrow, we're going to have round 1. All 42 startups will pitch in sector-specific flights. We will take the top 15 scoring startups from round 1, and they will advance to the semifinal round on Saturday morning. Also on Saturday morning, we have the semifinal round with the top 15 startups. The remaining 27 startups will go to the wild card round, also Saturday, happening at the same time. And then from each of these groups, from our semifinals, we take the top 6 scoring startups. And from the wild card round, all 27, we take the highest scoring startup. Those 6 plus that 1 will advance to the final round on Saturday afternoon. That's what the slide says. All right, but the exciting part is we have 76 prizes valued at over $1.2 million this competition. So get ready. It's going to be fun. You've got a lot to compete for. A big thank you to our sponsor tonight, Mercury Fund. They have been involved with the Rice Business Plan Competition probably since the beginning, or they're a 26-year sponsor. Thank you very much to Mercury Fund. And before I introduce our MC, I would like to tell the judges, now is the time to get on the Poetic judging platform, accessible through any web browser. Please get on the judging form, log in, and you are going to judge our elevator pitch competition tonight. When you log in, you're going to see elevator pitch round. You're going to click on that. And then you are going to listen and follow along as all of our startups gives their 60-second elevator pitch. Judges, you will be rating the pitches as they go by. You are rating them on a scale of 1, which is excellent, to 5, which is least excellent. You are judging the startup on their pitch alone. You don't need to know anything else about them other than what they say here tonight. You are judging them on their pitch tonight. Once again, 1 is excellent, 5 is not excellent, and anywhere in between. Once you are done with all the startups, you can click submit. Once you click submit, your votes are final. And I'm going to turn off the judging platform 10 minutes after we finish up here today. So get ready, judges. Just so you know, in your program, there is a list of the startups in the order they will pitch in. They also should appear in the same order in the platform. If they don't, I'm going to fix it real fast. And now I'd like to introduce our MC for this evening, Heath Butler, longtime friend of the RBPC. Thank you, Heath.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. It is great to see so many familiar faces, and really exciting to see all of the new faces that that my team and I hope to meet tonight. If you're not familiar with Mercury Fund, we are an early stage VC firm here in Houston that's investing in disruptive AI and blockchain software companies outside of Silicon Valley. We've been around about 21 years, celebrated our 20th year last year. And we got about 850 million under management. We invest at the seed stage and Series A stage of a company, usually investing anywhere from about $500,000 to about $5 million in companies, and our check sizes. Our total investments will go up to $6 to $8 million. So really exciting to see some new opportunities this weekend. We also are hosting, any of you that are in the Houston area, we're hosting what we call Mercury Day here at the ION, right here on these steps. We're doing the future of agentic commerce, where sort of blockchain and vertical AI starts to come together. Doing a session on Tuesday afternoon at 4 o'clock right here. Our founding partner is leading that, so it'd be really exciting. And one of the things we really are excited about as it relates to this competition is that the founder's ability to articulate a compelling vision, not just to investors, but to customers and to other people that might join their team, is the most important thing we believe to determining what types of founders will be successful to get a company launched, but most importantly, to get that company to exit. And we've seen that time and time again as we are working very hard to get our LPs, any of you in the room, liquidity, which is always important. And we're gearing up for Fund 6 this summer. And so as we continue to think about what's important, we're just often reminded that the founders that'll be pitching tonight is the most important thing that a part of building your company. So we're super excited to be here, and we thank all of you for being a part of it. So let's get started. Each of the participants will have 60 seconds, as Catherine talked about, and we will get started right now with Coco Potash. Sorry.
We are Cocoa Potash, and we transform high emissions agricultural byproduct into potassium carbonate. Currently, a lot of global manufacturers rely on minerals that are sourced from environmentally destructive mining operations in geopolitically sensitive regions in the world, which also carry high carbon footprint with no traceability. At Cocoa Potash, we transform agricultural byproduct, which is a huge pain point for farmers, into traceable low carbon mineral as a sustainable alternative to mined potash. This is sold at $1,300 per ton to global manufacturers in food processing, pharmaceuticals, personal care, biotech, and so many other places. We are currently raising $1 million to expand our production capacity and to be able to transform this product into product that can survive and be used by global manufacturers worldwide. Thank you.
All right, next up, Cracked Up.
If you're staying down the road at the Hilton DoubleTree this weekend, you probably had scrambled eggs for breakfast this morning. And if not, it's okay, because you definitely know what I'm talking about. That's because eggs are boring. More than 87% of Americans buy eggs weekly, but only 32% actually like the taste. That's why we're building Cracked Up, the first line of flavored liquid eggs. By mixing whole liquid eggs with all natural spices and seasonings, we're able to create a high protein, low calorie breakfast option and 4 flavors of eggs, like French toast, buttermilk pancake, spicy chipotle, and garlic parmesan. And the best part is there's no mess, no prep. Just shake the carton, pour in the pan, and in 2 minutes, you'll have the best scrambled eggs I promise you've ever had. In just the last 3 months, we've done more than $1,000 in sales out of my home kitchen and raised $100,000 in grant funding from the American Egg Board. So, are you ready to help us crack open this $50 billion egg market with Cracked Up? Thank you.
Next up, Crystal Pilot Technologies.
Imagine finding blood in your urine and being told to wait weeks to months for a 10-minute procedure. That's the reality of bladder cancer diagnosis. The problem isn't equipment, it's access. A single urologist is tied to the entire procedure, performing it, reviewing the findings, and generating the report, creating a bottleneck that delays care and puts patients at risk. As Pilot Technologies, we're changing that. We're building an AI-powered platform that is able to guide cystoscopy in real time, allowing for full coverage, being able to flag for suspicious tumors, and generating automated reports. This allows for NPs and PAs to be able to do the procedures, and then the urologist to be able to review remotely. The results? The clinics is able to do 2 to 3 times more procedures and reduce wait times by up to 80%, all without new staff or equipment. With a $1.1 billion market and a clear FDA pathway with 3 solid IPs, we're ready for pilot expansion. My name is Hannah Choi, and we're turning delayed diagnoses into real-time care. Thank you.
Next up, Guide Air Labs.
The autonomy market is currently listed at $50 billion today, but it all lies on one critical foundation, GPS. When GPS fails, autonomy falls out of the window. Operations stall, trust breaks, and importantly, there is no opportunity for commercial scale. At Guider Labs, we have created Fusion Flight, a scalable software solution that enables trustworthy GPS wherever it isn't today, be it between the largest skyscrapers or within the densest forest. We enable current technology to adapt and be able to navigate these complex environments. We aren't just another autonomous platform company. We are a navigation company that has built the layer that will enable autonomy in the real world. Thank you.
Next up, Lucy.
Super. So in 3 months, ladies and gentlemen, I am debating a head of state, a heart surgeon, one of the largest insurance moguls in the world, in their field of expertise in front of 50,000 people live. Now, I know nothing about any of those fields, but my second brain, Lucy, does. Now, this gives me a second voice inside my head using bone conduction. Pretty much lets ChatGPT become my second subconscious. And that sounds really scary. But what that means is that a novice can have the same knowledge in the moment as a 20-year-old veteran. In our door-to-door sales vertical, that led to a 300% increase in sales by newbies on day 1. Now, we're already backed by Blackbird Ventures, and we have standing offers to lead our next round. But we want to work with the strategic in this room who see the lift and making their newbies and their veterans know the same thing in the moment. Thank you. We'll be over there.
Next up, Panoptica Technologies.
We're Panoptica Technologies. We're a defense tech and dual-use company, and our mission is to hunt down terrorists. These terrorists are weaponizing the threat environment with AI to flood indications of warnings, deception, and propaganda. They're literally recruiting your kids on TikTok right now, and they're literally killing innocent minors. Military commanders and corporate executives are only having the half picture. They don't know there's too much data to collect, too little time to analyze. That's why Panoptica Technologies has built a kill chain that's able to identify and neutralize terrorists with veracity and violence so that they military commanders are able to be situationally aware. We collect data from ex-special forces turned private security contractors who are able to give us data to train on. Our team has 20 plus years of military experience, and although our uniforms are off, our mission stays the same: advance America's agentic warfighting capabilities. Thank you.
Coming next, Legion Platforms.
Hi. When I was in high school, I wanted to play great games with my friends, but I couldn't. I had a bad computer, slow internet, and worst of all, my device couldn't even download or install any applications at all. Turns out I was not alone. The United Nations estimates that 2.6 billion people worldwide have a bad device, bad computers, and they can't download any applications. And Fortune magazine estimates that gaming is a $250 billion market, which is why in high school, junior year, when I was 15, I founded this company, Legion Platforms, with the goal of making games for people with bad computers and slow internet. Now, I'm a college student, I'm 20 years old, and where are we today? We have 16 million monthly active users across 190 countries worldwide, and our games have been played over 200 million times. But we're not done yet, and this company is just at the beginning. We are just at the beginning of something truly generational and truly inspirational. And let's go and build a billion-dollar company. Thank you.
Next up, BioLegacy.
In 2017, Emmett was a healthy 26-year-old with a newborn daughter, a new career ahead of him, and his entire life. But then it was all taken from him when he was diagnosed with kidney disease. Overnight, his life turned into a cycle of painful and expensive dialysis treatments, and he was not alone. Over 120,000 people are waiting, not because organs don't exist, but because 60% of donor organs die before they can reach patients. BioLegacy is going to change this. We use a novel freezing and rewarming technology in order to increase the viability of organs from the current 24 hours to years. By getting rid of this time constraint, we can greatly improve organ availability and help save more lives. We can give more people like Emmett a second chance. And with 1 in 7 Americans at risk of kidney disease, this could be your friends, your family, and even yourself. So please help us in stopping the waste of organs and stopping the waste of human lives. Thank you.
Next up, Janu Tech.
Drones are becoming a critical part of disaster relief. As natural disasters become more and more frequent, the need for urgent resource delivery is growing. For example, if there's a family stranded in a flooded zone, we need to be able to get them food and water. But this is extremely difficult with inaccessible roads. Current drone technologies use batteries that aren't able to keep up, and there is a better way to do this. Currently, drone batteries require 40% of a battery reserve just for landing. This leaves only 60% for practical operation. This is because batteries are most inefficient at a low battery charge. But what if we could change this 40% battery reserve to a 25% battery reserve, giving more percentage for actual operation? At Janutech, we solve this at the material level using our proprietary nano engineering, which makes batteries more powerful at a lower state of charge. Thank you for listening, and I'm excited to learn more with you all.
Next up, InnoWind Energy Solutions.
I want everyone to consider a scenario where an average wind farm is creating $20 million of extra power profit every single year. This is exactly what InnoWind delivers. My name is Rafat. I'm the founder of InnoWind, and I have over 10 years of experience in aerodynamics, and I found a $100 billion opportunity in the wind energy industry. Similar to aircrafts that have flaps, we have a patent pending technology that attaches robotic fins on the surface of the turbine and eliminates vibrations completely. This improves power by 15%, blade life by 5 years, and reduces noise by 5 decibels. And we can provide up to $200,000 of extra revenue for the turbine, and we can do it within a 9-month payback period for the customer. We're here to deliver on 2 customer paid pilots, and we're looking to raise a $1.5 million safe round for exactly the delivery for our customers. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our pitch.
Coming up next, Vivo Flux.
We've spent decades curing disease in mice, but humans definitely aren't mice, and we're also not static. Today, preclinical drug testing still relies on static cell cultures and animal models, and this is why so many drugs fail by the time they reach humans. VivoFlux is solving this problem. We've developed a patented plug-and-play flow insert that transforms static cell culture systems into dynamic organ-on-chip platforms in under 5 minutes. Instead of forcing labs to change how they work, VivoFlux fits right into what they're already doing. We've established a mass manufacturable consumable, and we're already deployed across 12 institutions globally. At VivoFlux, we're making human-relevant biology the default in drug discovery. Thank you.
Coming up next, Brace.
Good evening. Me and my co-founders started out as athletes who suffered career-ending injuries because of equipment failure. Over $19 billion are lost every year across athletics, medical, and tactical industries because of equipment failure and materials failing and just not lasting. That's why at Brace, we have pioneered patented technologies to turn any yarn polymer in the world 8 times stronger than steel, fire resistant, and space grade, improving performance and decreasing cost. Within our first year, 2025, over $500,000 in revenue and multiple recognizable brand partnerships, we're already profitable, raising a $1 million oversubscribed pre-seed round. We were on Shark Tank just last month, are generating concurrent revenue every single month, and are looking to go bigger. Join us as we change the future of performance, safety, and recovery. This is Brace Material Tech Intelligence. Thank you.
Coming to the stage, Imagine Devices.
Every year, over 15 million infants are born prematurely. Prematurity is the #1 cause of mortality in neonates. But what does it mean to be a premature infant? This is a premature infant that is covered by wires and tubes, then the skin-mounted sensors that create a skin breakdown, irritations, and infections. And it also is a barrier, a lot of complexity in care for the clinical team, and doesn't help the parents to provide the skin to a skincare. We know that every infant receives a very simple nasogastric feeding tube that does nothing other than that, and we made that smarter. Our technology, Trinity Tube, is a multifunction feeding tube. Not only does the feeding like every normal feeding tube, now we are able to measure vital signs internally without the skin-mounted sensors, so eventually the infant will look like this. We raised over $1 million of investment and non-dilutive funded. We met with FDA 2 times. We are funded by FDA Pediatric Device Consortium, all 5 of them. And most importantly, we got engaged with a strategic partner.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, Dialysafe.
Your 6-year-old with end-stage kidney disease wakes up in the middle of the night with horrible stomach pain. As a parent managing their at-home dialysis, you're left helpless. Is this just a normal tummy ache or the start of a deadly infection? My name is Safe. I'm the COO and co-founder of Dialysafe. We've invented an AI-powered infection detection sensor that's contactless and zero disposable. It simply attaches to the outside of the dialysis tubing and constantly monitors for infection without ever touching the fluid. We'll be launching into the dialysis market, but our product is a platform. Soon, we have the potential to scale into every single catheter system in the entire hospital, from urinary catheters to surgical catheters. We're generating our revenue through insurance-based CPT codes. We're backed by the NIH, NSF, SWPDC, and we have 2 LOIs from the Texas Medical Center, the largest medical center in the entire world. Join us in saving lives and catheters. My name's Safe, we're Dialysis Safe, and we're here to keep patients safe. Thank you.
Next up, Forge.
What if you could build a prosthetic knee from a few photos taken on your iPhone of your knee? What if you could play FIFA with Messi as your actual anatomically correct self? What if you could shop somewhere and never have to return something again because you have your exact correct real world measurements? At Forge, we're building exactly that. We allow you to take a few photos of yourself and get a completely accurate real world measurement of yourself as a 3D model. I'm Ashley. I'm a second-time founder, and before this, I founded Radical, in which we were able to take 3D body scanning and be able to produce custom bras. Now we're taking that insight and turning it into a horizontal infrastructure layer, and we're advised by the Berkeley AI Research Lab, Go Bears. Love my school. We already have 1 letter of intent, and we're on track to get 4 more by the end of 2026. We're raising $1.5 million to forge ahead. I'll leave you with this. Anything you can dream, you can forge.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Next up, Grapheon.
Grapheon has created a new process to convert natural gas into high-quality graphite that will disrupt a $25 billion industry. Graphite is a critical material for clean energy. It makes up 25% of lithium-ion batteries. However, currently, 95% of battery quality graphite is made in China, creating major supply chain security risks for domestic battery companies. US produced graphite is also twice as expensive as China. Our breakthrough proprietary technology reduces production costs by 50% versus China, making US produced graphite cost competitive globally for the first time, while also reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 90%. Grapheon's mission is to create a secure, low-cost domestic supply for high-quality graphite, launching a new era for US-based graphite production. Thank you.
Coming up next, Armada Tech Therapeutics.
Drug delivery is one of the largest problems in modern medicine. Many of us have loved ones that have been afflicted with diseases like cancer that often have treatments that work, but they come with detrimental side effects that impact well-being. What if there was a way to deliver medications in a way that was highly targeted to specific tissues and it prevented side effects? As it turns out, our bodies have natural biomolecules called extracellular vesicles that do exactly that. And our goal is to leverage these biomolecules as a modern therapeutic approach. At Armada, we're a team of scientists, engineers, and clinicians who have developed a proprietary manufacturing platform for extracellular vesicle-based therapeutics as we break into the rapidly growing drug delivery market. If you're interested in learning more about our journey from a lab in the basement of an engineering school to the clinic where we hope to help patients, come talk to us about the future of drug delivery. Thank you very much.
Coming up next, Quantum Power Systems.
Okay. Hello everyone, Quantum Power System is here. We have developed nano-inverter that is a cost-effective residential solar inverter. And compared to the existing product, this product is much cheaper, much smaller, and easy to install. It hasn't any connection, it hasn't any connectors to waste more time on the installation process. Against this product, we have microinverter. So this microinverter that is existing in the market, it is much bigger and it is actually very heavy. I usually use this as a dumbbell sometimes. So very expensive, a lot of connectors, and you need to spend a lot of time on the rooftop to install it. So a lot of labor work. So what we need, investor, where are they? So we need $700,000, $200,000 for certificates to install this, and also $400,000 for completing our sale team and pilot run. Thank you.
Coming up next, LaTeX.
Fat tissue. We all have it. But did you know that it actually contains cells that can be isolated and then repurposed to regenerate other tissue? Well, here at LaTeX, we're developing novel, reconstructive, and cosmetic solutions by harnessing the healing power of a patient's own cells. And the first problem that we're targeting, gum recession, affects around half the population. And the current treatment option is typically autologous grafts, in where tissue is cut out of the roof of the mouth. And so it's not surprising that over 70% of patients would prefer being treated with a cell construct from their own cells over a traditional autologous graft, especially when you consider that our product will be more cost efficient when treating 4 or more teeth. We've gathered safety and efficacy data and now are working towards becoming CGMP and ISO compliant. So please join us in abolishing the unnecessary pain and suffering caused by autologous grafting and ultimately redefining.
Next up, HydraStack.
Hello. What do Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz and Elvis Presley have in common? I'll help you all out. They're both stranded in Las Vegas. And to be more specific, these two are some of the most profitable and successful franchises for slot machine games in all of history. However, players are now spending much more time playing these games on their phones at home rather than in actual casinos. And so for the manufacturers of these games, they're in a bit of a rut. Their old ancient technology means it takes them 6 to 8 months to convert a slot game into online formats. Never fear though, HydraStack is here. We built a proprietary engine that could convert a slot game into online formats in 6 to 8 weeks, as opposed to 6 to 8 months, unlocking millions of dollars of revenue for those manufacturers from just one game. So we're hoping you'll help us out to set Dorothy and Elvis free, and we'd love to come talk to you upstairs. We've got pilot partnerships already signed up and investors signed up, and we're hoping you will too. Thanks.
Next up, Solid Air Dynamics.
At Solid Air Dynamics, we make insulation materials. Insulation is everywhere. In your home, cars, clothing. In construction, we can halve the thickness of the walls, saving thousands of dollars per building. In apparel, higher performance, less material, cheaper. How? We took NASA's material called aerogel and turned it into flexible fibers. Our patented process is the only one in the world. After conferences, several companies approached us, especially Adidas. And with Adidas, we made this vest, which is 80% lighter and twice as warm as Gore-Tex. The apparel industry is the fastest way to revenue and scale. Therefore, we're entering the new market, construction, with $38 billion in revenue.
Thank
you very
you.
much.
Starting off the second half of the competition is Powerhouse.
In 2003, 50 million people lost power. In 2021, millions of Texans were left without power for days. We've taken electricity for granted, and yet AI and data centers are pushing the grid to the limits. Now, utilities are using an old playbook, build more. But with 200 gigawatts of electricity needed by 2030, it's slow and it's expensive. Introducing Powerhouse, the power plant of the modern grid. The grid was built at a time when energy couldn't be stored, and that is no longer true. Powerhouse is using residential batteries and aggregating them into a network of stored devices, giving capacity to utilities and residential backup when it's needed most. We sell capacity as a service to those utilities through long-term contracts called power purchase agreements.
Our financial model is leveraged from wind developers, allowing us to have financial profitability within 2 years. We don't build, we're unlocking a future. Don't be left in the dark. Join Powerhouse as we build the future. Thank you.
Next up, Billy Rue.
One in 10 infants suffers from moderate to severe jaundice. Today, blue light phototherapy treats the jaundice, but it separates parents from their infants. In the US, jaundice remains the leading cause of newborn readmission, costing thousands of dollars per patient. And in settings like where I grew up in Nepal, over 6 million infants every year lack access to treatment altogether, leading to permanent brain damage and even death. I'm Daniel, the inventor of Biliroo, the world's simplest phototherapy. Biliroo is a wearable sling that treats jaundice effectively by using therapeutic blue sunlight in combination with kangaroo care at a low price point. We've already validated our device through published data, filed 2 patents, and have demonstrated interest from hundreds of physicians with a clinical trial happening this month. And we're so excited to be here, raising $650,000 to launch to market next year with the goal of reaching 1 million infants by 2031. So help us fight jaundice, one Biliroo at a time. Thank you.
Next up, Vocaden. All right, next up, The Good Company.
By show of hands, who here knows what their glucose level is? Okay, got a few. How about your cortisol, lactate, or electrolyte levels? No? Well, how do we know that we're healthy? How do we know that we're training and eating right? Well, if I was asked myself, I'd say I generally feel pretty good, but none of us would get on a plane where the pilot goes, "Hi, folks, I haven't checked any of the instruments or systems yet, but I feel like we're fine, so we're just going to take off." Right, of course not. That's crazy. That's how we treat our health. Well, at The Good Company, we bring you IMI, a biowearable device that continuously monitors molecular information in your sweat. Thank you.
Next up, Spine Bionics.
When Peyton Manning underwent spinal fusion surgery in his neck, his career and even his ability to move freely hung in the balance. He was sidelined for an entire season with no guarantee that he would ever return. His comeback became legendary. But for the 600,000 patients who undergo spinal fusion surgery in the US every year, there's no guarantee of a comeback. For many patients, this is a long, painful waiting game with significantly reduced quality of life and significant risk for fusion failure. At Spine Bionics, we're here to change that. Today's implants are passive. They hold the spine in place while hoping the body heals itself in time before a complication occurs. We're developing the next generation of spinal fusion implants. We can convert the physiological micromotion of the spine into directed electrical stimulation to accelerate the healing process of bone and help the body heal itself. Join us as we bring patients faster, higher quality spinal fusion. Thank you.
Next up, Shinra Energy.
Geothermal energy offers 24/7 carbon-free baseload power globally. Its installed capacity is expected to grow by 6-fold in the next 20 years. However, 1 in 5 drilled wells fail. This is because project developers drill without true understanding over what's going on underground. We're trying to change that. Shinra Energy commercializes a patented technology developed at Tohoku University in Japan over the last 8 years, fully subsidized by the Japanese government. It directly measures the subsurface stress at depth and temperature where other technologies fail. Its impact is real. At a representative 50 megawatt project, developers can save up to $20 million in capex, increasing the IRR significantly. Founders are second-year Harvard Business School students with 25 years of accumulative experience in infrastructure development and project finance.
Thank you. Coming up, beam feed.
Hello, everyone. My name is Arina Vella. I'm the CEO and co-founder of BeamFeed. We are developing a laser-based wireless power system that is able to send usable energy across several kilometers for increased safety, mobility, and performance. So battery longevity remains a critical bottleneck for several industries, but for the utility drone operation case, it is severely more amplified. Pilots only have about 22 to 25 minutes of usable charge before they're faced with the recharging process. It's as if you have an electric vehicle that you have to stop every 3 miles to recharge. With your help, we can reduce the battery barrier for drones and beyond. If you're interested in learning more, please find me and my colleague at our startup booth. Thank you.
Next up, cottage core.
Raise your hand if you get tired after you work out. If you're not raising your hand, I applaud you. But fatigue post-exercise is unavoidable, which is why recovery is so important. As a former Division I athlete, our dietitian was always emphasizing the importance of recovery through proper nutrition, because this helps decrease your risk of injury and improves your sports performance. But the snacks that were provided by our university for post-practice fuel were full of sugar and artificial ingredients, so my teammates and I did not consume them. But by doing so, we were not recovering effectively. And 5 fractures later, I knew I had to make a change. I began opting for more whole food protein options, which led to my creation of Cottage Core, the reinvention of the naturally high-protein cottage cheese. These fun flavors and whipped consistency is designed by an athlete for other athletes or anyone that gets tired after they work out, because recovery is core. Thank you.
Coming up, blue healer.
Hi, everyone. We're Blue Healer, a medtech startup spinning out of Johns Hopkins University. Every year, 150,000 Americans lose a leg due to peripheral artery disease. This is a condition in which blood flow stops reaching your feet and your toes, leading to non-healing ulcers, wounds, and eventually tissue death. These patients already try all the existing standard of care options to them, and nothing works. At Blue Healer, we've invented the first novel implant device that will grow new arteries, bring new blood flow to your feet, restore the blood flow, and prevent amputations. We've already had incredible traction, 100 customer interviews, solid roadway on our regulatory reimbursement strategies. And this is a $46 billion market of 2 million patients at this critical stages. We welcome to talk to all of you interested in Blue Healer, and we're located up in the top right corner, top left.
Thank you. Coming up, Arrow Analytics.
When you take a flight, you may assume that airlines know exactly how many bags are coming on their plane. But when it comes to carry-on luggage that passengers bring with them, they don't. During boarding, airline staff are making split-second decisions about overhead bin capacity under pressure. And when these decisions are wrong, you get costly delays and people fighting in the aisle. As avid travelers and engineers, we recognize this problem. Our patent-pending solution, 3D-enabled cameras at the boarding gate and computer vision software that measures, counts, and tracks every single bag. We're live right now at our paid pilot in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and we've secured additional pilots at Pittsburgh and London Heathrow. We're helping airlines and passengers address a problem that's on every single flight. Now it's your turn to help Aero Analytics take off. Thank you.
Coming up, cosmetics.
We're on a mission to help you feel comfortable in your skin again. Today, so many people are stuck in the skincare trial and error process, trying a skincare product and not knowing if it's going to work for them, and then ending up with either irritation or something that didn't meet their expectations. This leads to wasted time, money, and you still end up back right where you started. At Cosmetics, we're building a patent pending AI skin product compatibility platform, leveraging phenotypic traits, genetics, and skin microbiome so you know before you buy or try how a skincare product will work for your skin. And we're not stopping there. We're also helping inform the formulation process with brands and retailers through our biology informed skin intelligence layer. Today, we've already received $58,000 in non-dilutive funding, have built the product, and have set up strategic partnerships. We're looking for mentors and investors who want to
Thank
join
you.
us. Thank you.
Coming up, Altaris MedTech.
All right, imagine this. It's Monday morning, getting dressed, getting pumped up for the day. And then you look over in the doorway, you see your kid, sick as a dog, and they have a low-grade fever and a sore throat. Great. Now you got two bad options. You can go straight to urgent care, pay $250 for something they may or may not have, or you give them a little bit of ibuprofen, send them to school, and just pray that the school nurse doesn't call you. Altaris MedTech, we're developing the world's first spray-based strep test. All you have to do is spray in the back of your throat, wait 2 minutes, use our specialized light, and if you see a glow, then you know. We're entering the urgent care marketplace, which is worth $4 billion, but where we really belong is on the shelf at Walmart or Walgreens where parents are already shopping when their kids are sick. So, what do you say? How about we give parents the tools they need to make the right call?
Next up, Near View Surgical.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mun Parikh. I'm the founder and CEO of Nerveview Surgical. I'm here with our head of clinical operations, Srishti Sharma, and we're building the first device of its kind that will allow surgeons to see nerves during surgery. Nerves today are visualized with the naked eye. Surgeons are describing them as if they're working in the dark and going in blind. So we made the first device of its kind that will allow surgeons to see nerves during surgery in real time without dyes, electrodes, or markers. No patient contact. We started this 2.5 years ago. We've now raised over $500,000 in non-dilutive funds. We've partnered with the largest academic institutions in the US and Canada, and we have 50 plus clinician champions that support our vision every step of the way. We're now ready. We're a little over a year away from FDA approvals. So join us on our mission to making surgeries safer. Thank you.
Coming up, Rotora.
For city inspection government agencies that plan hundreds of thousands of routes manually, spending millions of dollars a year, Routora is a AI planning and automation layer that takes messy, disorganized, archaic city data, runs it through our AI automation layer, and produces actionable, efficient, and clean field itineraries for inspectors. We're currently piloting with New York City Department of Buildings, Department of Transportation, with projections of saving 600 hours a week of manual planning and 12 million in new inspection revenue each year with the added efficiencies, which we're taking 20% of as our outcome-based fee. We're launching into this $20 billion untapped AI for government market, and we're partnering with Esri, a leading government software provider, through a co-selling relationship to streamline distribution. We've raised about $360K out of a $750K pre-seed, and we'd love to connect with you all and launch into new markets. Thanks so much.
Next up, Aura Life Science.
The Strait of Hormuz, war in Ukraine, the COVID pandemic. Every few years, there's an event that happens and shakes global supply chains, and the world is left scrambling. What if the necessities we as society need, food ingredients, therapeutics, plastics, and more can be produced hyperlocally using just sunlight and CO2 as the main inputs? And what if the technology, the patented technology that makes that possible, what if it also lowers the cost of manufacturing, all while combating climate change? At Aura Life Science, we use microbes and we engineer them to convert CO2 into these very products that people need and that industries rely on. And we're able to do this in the most resilient and cost-effective way possible. We have already secured $125,000 in funding and are looking to launch our pre-seed round here at Rice. We look forward to partnering with you all and turning pollution into progress for humanity. Thank you.
Coming up, Charge Bay.
Imagine it took an hour to find a gas station and fill your tank, maybe if you go to Costco. But that's the reality for about 5 million EV drivers in the United States today. The reason is the high cost of installing EV chargers and the 100-year-old grid, which doesn't have the capacity to support it. ChargeBay is a hardware agnostic platform, which makes any charger transaction capable. This reduces the cost of EV charging installation and, paired with our load orchestration AI, reduces the need for grid upgrades. We have $35,000 in revenue collected, 6 pilot sites, 100 in safe, 80,000 in non-dilutive, and we have a partnership platform with about 10,000 multifamily properties in the pipeline. We need capital to execute. We're raising a $1.5 million seed in order to hire a veteran in the charging industry, which will allow us to expand our charging network. We collect 30% of every transaction, so every charger means recurring revenue. Thank you. We're ChargeBay.
Coming up, Foregger Energy Solutions. Unchained.
Unchained is building to become the Norton of agentic AI. For the past few months, Unchained has been building AI agents for global enterprises like Yamaha, Haleon, and UC Berkeley. And while closely working with them, we realized that even those enterprises have no idea how vulnerable AI agents are. In fact, here's the fact. Traditional security only blocks threats at the door. However, when an attacker goes through that door, they have access to an AI agent with all the company information. That's why we built Asgard, an AI security platform that sits inside of your AI agent, monitoring all of the AI agent's action and blocks anytime the AI agent goes rogue. We've already broke 3 multi-billion-dollar enterprises AI agent, and we're in the plans of putting a POC into their enterprise. The world doesn't need another firewall. They need an immune system. Thank you.
Coming up, Foregger Energy Solutions.
There are 500,000 trailers in the United States today dependent on diesel-driven refrigeration systems, costing operators $30,000 annually and driving spoilage as well as emissions risk. My name is Lassiter Foregger, founder and CEO at Foregger Energy Solutions, where we are solving this problem. Our system is True. True is a retrofit kit or a modification to refrigerated trucking trailers, which uses regenerative braking and a battery to eliminate on average 80% of this diesel reduction, as well as providing a backup power source for our units. Our units offer a sub 1 month ROI for our leasing model, a sub 3-year ROI for our sales model, and this is super exciting because this is a $180 billion market with a $22.5 billion US entry market in the United States with retrofit compatible trailers. We have a team with decades of years of OEM and engineering experience, and we are currently targeting June 30th for our prototype to be on the road. So our expo table is actually right behind you. So if you're interested in learning more, we'd love to answer some questions. Thank you.
Coming up, Alchemil.
American battery manufacturers want a domestic supply chain for graphite. They want a drop-in solution that fits into their existing manufacturing lines, has to be cost competitive with imported sources, and they want it now. Whew, that is a tough ask. That's where alchemy comes in. We make graphite from natural gas, an abundant underutilized resource in our one-pot, low-temperature electrochemical process. Our technology makes a product that is fully customizable to what the customer needs. It can be deployed due to its modular nature at stranded gas sites and is profitable at low production rates, at a low TRL level too. We have a proof of concept of our technology. We have raised 60K from the Department of Energy, and we are here to raise $1 million to build our pilot line. Thank you.
Coming up, Sentivity.ai.
The digital world that we live in is growing increasingly chaotic. Billions of posts are generated every day, leaving customer enterprises with increased risk, slow delivery, and costly blind spots. What if there was a way to capture that public perception before it impacts your business, before millions are lost and reputation is damaged? We live in a new era. Hi, my name is Vishal Green, co-founder of Sentivity AI, where we turn social and news discourse into predictive intelligence, helping customers anticipate trends in customer sentiment before it impacts their brands. Sentivity focuses on a unique blend of real-time monitoring and predictive capabilities, allowing us to detect, track, and predict sentiment in real time. Thank you.
And finally, Salem Robotics.
Routine radiological surveys in nuclear facilities are still manual. Workers collect data on paper and digitize later. This is slow, inconsistent, and getting worse with workforce shortage and rising energy demand. All the while, these nuclear facilities already have robots, but they are only used in emergencies and with remote control. A customer recently said these are $200,000 paperweights. We are turning these paperweights into autonomous workers. Our core innovation is a software platform that not only allows these robots to navigate autonomously, but also physically interact with the environment by opening doors, moving things out of the way, capabilities that do not exist anywhere else. Bottoms up, we're looking at a market opportunity of $17 billion. To capture this lucrative market, we're raising $1 million for paid pilot deployments in Texas. Thank you.
All right, judges, please submit your scores now. And I'm going to hand this back over to Catherine.
Thank you very much for amazing emceeing. And one more round of applause for our amazing startups. You should be very impressed. I think we have a great competition ahead of us. So, a reminder, judges, please submit your scores now. Oh, and I have to advance my own slides. Oh, why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Yeah. Okay. Next slide, please. All right, some housekeeping for tomorrow, Friday, this actually should be April 10th. It's tomorrow. My bad. Tomorrow is round 1 of the competition. We will open our doors at McNair Hall at Rice Business at Rice University, 8 a.m. for registration and breakfast. Judges, you will start moving to your rooms at 8:45 for instructions, and we kick off at 9:15 with our first pitch of the day. Startups, I encourage you, if you're pitching in the morning, get there early and we can get your tech set up. Like I mentioned, McNair Hall, great place. Tech capabilities to be determined. So just be prepared. Peter Rodriguez is no longer here. I can say that. Oh, hi. Oh, hey, sorry. Okay, just kidding. Yes, we'll pay you that money back for tech. Yes. But we have our competition tomorrow, round 1, 9:15 to 1:55. Then we have a break. And then all of the startups will go back to their pitch rooms with you, the judges, for feedback sessions. These are very important. These are when you have more time with the startups to tell them what you liked about their presentation. It's incredibly valuable for them. Please stay for the feedback sessions. And then at 4:15, we'll announce our semifinalists. These are the 15 startups advancing to the semifinals. And then, still not Friday the 9th, it is Friday the 10th. A reminder, judges, you need to be in your rooms by 8:45. Teams, our presentations begin at 9:15. Please arrive outside your rooms at least 10 minutes before your pitch time, teams. If you're not there, we're going to call you. Staff and volunteers are here to help. Let's be really nice to them. They are taking time out of their very busy day, just like you, to help you move through the competition. And a reminder to everyone, please allow extra time to park tomorrow because our garage is under construction and sometimes it takes a while to get in there. But tomorrow we're going to get pitching and we're going to have fun. So next tonight, we have our networking reception and company showcase. Each startup here tonight has a table or booth around the well and up on the first floor. Please go visit them, talk to them, learn more about them before you see them tomorrow at the competition. We also have dinner, which is outside. You can do both. You can get dinner and go to the showcase. That's the expectation. Again, startups, please eat. You can take turns at your table while you get some food. But we're going to have an amazing company showcase coming up, so I encourage everyone to stick around and go there. Is that it? Do we have another slide? No. Thank you very much. See you upstairs.